Okay, good evening and welcome to this regular scheduled business meeting of the Summersville City Council on this 22nd day of September 2025. I'd like to welcome our guests this evening and move right into tonight's agenda. I would like to say that we have Councilman Jim Epling joining us by phone, and as well as Chuck Shaw is joining by phone as well. So therefore we have a full council present tonight. The first item on the agenda is considerations of the council minutes of the meeting we held September 8th of 2025.
Move to approve, waive reading.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. The motion was to waive the reading. Are there any changes or amendments to those minutes as they were presented in your packet? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion so carries. Okay, the next item on the agenda is public comment, and I know we do have public comment tonight. We have Robin Hinkle, a resident from Kentucky Road, and what I'd like to do is set the table for public comment. Normally, you get 3 to 5 minutes. Robin called, went through the office of the executive assistant to get a special privilege, which I granted her. She wanted 20 minutes. I told her I would make an exception and give her 15. And then if anybody else came with her, they could have 5. So Robin, it looks like you're on your own tonight. So welcome, and the floor is yours, and we'll put you on the clock for 15 minutes. By the way, just to council, so you remember, public comment is exactly what it says. It's public comment. Robin gets the floor for 15 minutes. It's not intended for open dialogue. And then, of course, if there is something that she would bring of interest, it could be added as an agenda item at a later date. Okay, Robin, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Councilman, Mayor Schaefer, I have some packets to help follow along with what I've got to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
And pictures that I have taken, 23, 24, and 25 of the flood in Old Kentucky Road. When you get to the syringe in the last picture, that'll be the last picture. And Marion and Tim. My name is Robin Hinkle. I'm from the clan of the Spurgeon and Jenks Hinkle from Richwood, West Virginia. I am the widow of Sergeant Major Lawrence Hinkle, USMC, who built the subdivision of roads behind Hardee's. I live in the Maplewood Heights subdivision, in which Kentucky Road runs right through it. This is about the stormwater project proposed by Mayor Schaefer and Region 4 Planning and Development Council, along with the Thrasher Group. All my information came from the proposal packet given to me by Mayor Schaefer upon my request. The second page of what y'all are looking at is the congratulatory letter from Governor Jim Justice on the approval of the $1,042,350 on November 2nd, 2021. Third is just the budget. Fourth is on the environmental review from HUD, describing the benefits anticipated by this grant and how it is to be maintained after such is done. The estimated total funded by the grant was what the Thrasher Group asked for of $1,042,350. HUD and non-HUD funds. The Thrasher Group proposal submitted with the application in detail of how much the grant money is needed to fix the storm waters now flooding our homes during every heavy rain. The ad put in the Nicholas Chronicle legal section of the paper, stating to contractors to put in a bid only using these items in the design. This is not what the Thrasher Group proposed to get the grant funding for, the $1,042,350. It does not mention any detention ponds. This legend submitted by the Thrasher Group shows detention ponds, 2 of them, to slow water down and not back up to run under our houses. I have 3 culverts which feed down the back of 5 homes. These 3 culverts are on my property. This ditch will not drain with the 3 roads that puddle in the middle of my yard, mine and my neighbors. The rainfall comes down too fast and from 3 directions because the road in the Maplewood Heights subdivision has not been maintained in years, at least 20. The ditches have grown over, vegetation, the sides caving in, taking away. The city came down and threw rocks in the ditch trying to hold back the cave-ins, and it ate up half of my neighbor's property when there should have been a gabion wall put in and filled to give her her yard back. Okay. If this has been implemented a long time ago with a little bit of the money. Now I know some of the money has already come out for the Thrasher Group and then for the ad in the paper. This ad. That is the last one, and it does say that the grant will pay for it, which is fine. But this is, on this one, that is all that was put in the paper for these contractors to do. A contractor walked through my yard, and I stopped him. I was walking my dog, and I said, what have you been told to do? And he said, to clean up these ditches. I said, okay. And I gave him this packet and showed him the pictures. And that was the only contractor I saw coming through the property. I know the low bid gets it, but we've got $1,042,350 minus what has already been taken out for the purpose of that road. I wondered why the Thrasher Group wasn't allowed to carry on. The Thrasher Group turned in a thing saying that it would be done in 2023, finished. And they're a little behind. So that's about it, though. The last page is when Mayor Schaefer signed it and dated it, 6/28/21. But I have watched sidewalks go in. I've
Hey
watched.
Chuck, can you mute your phone?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I've watched sidewalks go in. I've watched stadium being built, and that the people on Kentucky Road there, in that Maplewood Heights subdivision, the water last went under on July 9th this year. Went underneath our homes. From the front yard was flooded. The backyard was flooded. It shows a water line on one of my pictures of a woman standing beside her garage. They had to throw away everything in that garage. For some reason, the home down at Ponderosa and Kentucky Road does not flood. I think that's where it goes under. Not sure because that's all a wooded area. That's where Thrasher wanted to put one of the detention ponds. One up by the Catholic Church, a small one, and one down, a larger one down past me. Now I have runoff from Montana Road in the corner section before it juts down the back of all of our houses. It's a large culvert and it comes in there. And it's caved in, the ground's come up, now we're kind of level, and there's nowhere for the water to go. The other two are not big enough. The ones that come directly off Kentucky Road are not big enough. It comes through down Hialeah, it comes down Montana, and puddles on Kentucky Road right in front of my house and my neighbor's house. It backs up somewhere down the road going towards Ponderosa. And now, the last storm we had the other night, I watched as it lightened, and I didn't have the runoff of the road. I didn't have it breach the banks of the ditch. But a week and a half ago, heavy equipment came down and dug a little trough. They cleared the road and put it in a dump truck and hauled it off, which was awesome. And I think that had something to do, as little as they did, that had something to do with the runoff into my yard. And it was just down Kentucky Road. It didn't have anything to do with the ditch that runs behind us. So they are trying. And I appreciate it. And that's about it, guys. Go ahead and pass the photos around, please.
I actually got a chance to see Mary.
Yeah. And Tim saw me.
Robin, thank you, and
Thank y'all.
appreciate your presentation. You know, what I will say is, you know, the issues with that drainage system has been there since 2007, to my knowledge, when I first took mayor. You know, I wish we had the answers. We'll continue to work with our communities to better them. As you know, even with this project is not going to be the solve all for the issues that you have. But we'll continue to work with you to see what we can do to better your situation.
Well, we worry about the mold and the mildew and their health coming in those houses. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Okay, was there any other public comment, Annabeth? No? Okay. All righty, moving right along. The next item on the agenda is appointment of Dave Harper to fill the unexpired term of Mayor Robert Schaefer from January 1st of 2026 to June 30th of 2027. I would like to say that Dave Harper has previously served on council a term and was also city recorder for a term. He's been a resident of Summersville for over 30 years, an independent businessman in the forest industry for over 50 years. Dave has been active in the community, serving on many different boards and committees. He, along with his wife Tammy, are well known throughout the community. Their care and love for the community, and they're continuing to work with the community. Dave is committed to finishing my term and continuing to move the city in a positive direction. So with that said, we have on the agenda appointment of Dave Harper to fill the unexpired term of Mayor Robert Schaefer, January 1st of 2026 to June 30, 2027. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Okay, we got a first and several seconds. Okay, council, any comments or questions? Gentlemen on the phone?
No.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion so carries. I will tell you that Dave is committed to crawling in the saddle and getting in my back pocket. As a matter of fact, with his interest in this, we've already spent a tremendous amount of time together, and he's going to do his due diligence to learn as much as he can about the many projects and the works of city government as it is today, prior to him being sworn in effective January 1st of 2026. At this time, Dave, I'll say congratulations.
Thank you. Thank all of you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is approval of the general fund budget revision number 2. Okay, council, as you know, in the previous budget, we carried forward $1,4,053,830. We're adding an additional carry forward to the budget of $1,647,097, bringing our final carry forward from last year's budget to $3,100,927. We're also, as it is with confiscated property, which is property that's been confiscated, at the end of the fiscal year, we have to carry the actual dollars forward in the confiscated property account, and this is basically through our law enforcement. That account has $20,259. And then we're also adding an additional $51,000 hydro revenue, which will be used for legal fees, and that brings that to $606,000 in the revised budget. Now let's talk about expenditures. Council contributions. Council, as you will see, and I want to preference this first by saying that Gary Withy has a conflict of interest in this next item on the budget. So what I'm going to do for him is I'm going to discuss this particular item, and then we're going to vote on it so that he can abstain, and then he can go back and vote on the entire budget as it is, because he does have a conflict of interest, but not in anything else on the carry forward. So the next thing I would like to do is WVU is in the midst of another major project of the hospital and their footprint in our community. As you well know, Council, the city owns the hospital, the bricks and mortar. WVU actually runs the operation and maintains the bricks and mortar. They're getting ready to do a $16 million expansion on the campus, and the totality of this expansion has a lot to do with the extended care facility that was moved out into the new nursing home. This project converts the extended care facility into a new outpatient service center. Very exciting. Expansion for cancer care. The facility will include a branch campus of WVU Cancer Institute offering oncology and infusion services. People will no longer have to travel to other communities to have their cancer treatments. They'll be able to do it right here at home. Other services, in addition to cancer care, the expanded space will provide rehabilitation therapies, cardiac rehab, nuclear medicine, and a brand new pharmacy. Last and most important, I shouldn't say most important, but last, improved patient experience. The renovation will create modern spaces, updating waiting areas, and improve wayfinding for patients. So as they continue to do great things in our community, provide the best health care, they're also, there's a lot to be said when you have sick people that they go to a facility that's modern day and new and up to date and meets the challenges of medicine today. So with that said, at the beginning of this project, there's going to be a fundraising component of this project in our community. I'm not going to announce the fundraising dollars. WVU has themselves put a chunk of money in the $16 million, and they're going to look to raise funds in this community to help fill the thermometer and fund this project. So with that said, I was reached out to at the beginning of this, the concept of the idea of moving forward. And Council, what I would like to do is kick this off in a very positive way as the city of Summersville, which it's to be announced, their kickoff of their fundraiser, and the city of Summersville contribute $100,000 to the WVU SRMC project and expansion. So what I'd like to do is entertain a motion for that piece.
So moved.
We have a first and a second.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion or questions? And just note that Gary has abstained. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion so carries with the one abstention. Okay, now back to the rest of the budget that Gary can vote on. I'm also recommending, we've had an incredible relationship with Young Life. I'm also recommending that we donate $25,000 to Young Life. They've been an incredible partner to the city. They and their attraction, which is Adventure Camp, they do as much business as they can in the local community, but the city's been a partner with Wild Ridge from the inception. What a wonderful opportunity this is to help grow this asset in Nicholas County. The leadership and growth provided through the Adventure Camp is never needed like it is today in the times that we live. So our funds will help finish the first camper dorm, $25,000. Also, I'm asking to increase the financial contractual, and that's where you'll see we added $51,000 to the hydro above, for the attorney fees on all the documents and legal things that we're working through that deal with the mini contracts and the renewal of our power purchase agreement as we start that work for that renewal that's July 1st of 2026. Yeah, got that. No, 2027. Let me get the dates right. We're underway to work out a new PPA starting immediately. So those $51,000 I'm adding to financial contractual, which are for legal fees. Code enforcement contractual of $35,000. As you well know, we bought the dilapidated house on Arbuckle Road. All that funding was in the last fiscal year budget. The project didn't get finished. We've got the closing ready to go. It's all going to happen immediately after we carry the funds forward because we closed out last year's budget before we got it to where we could close. So we're just simply carrying those $35,000 forward to finish taking care of the dilapidated property on Arbuckle Road. City Hall capital outlay. I'm asking that we add $75,000 for roof replacement, $25,000 for a phone system, and $5,000 for gym equipment. There's some stuff upstairs in the gym that potentially could need to be replaced. Police capital outlay, we had $50,000 in the budget, where I'm adding $20,000 so we can buy two police cars. You can't buy two for $70,000, but we have vehicles that we've confiscated, and those traded vehicles will be traded in on the deal that gives us two vehicles for the $70,000. One vehicle is an equipped police vehicle, so it doesn't need much on the light work. The other vehicle is not. We're actually buying a pickup truck that will be used on the streets by our range officer with some special boxes in the back that will carry all of the range qualification stuff that they have to haul back and forth to the range for qualification. The police confiscated property, we have to actually decrease that budget. We were anticipating we were going to have $30,000. So all that is a decrease in that line item because the actual carry forward was $20,259. So that's actually a decrease down there below. Street contractual, we're adding $50,000 for additional paving and $25,000 for Christmas decorations. Parks and Recreation, this is to build out the new recreational park. We're setting an additional $638,797 in Parks and Rec and Visitor Center. When the Visitor Center is completed, the grant money that we received, $3 million to build it, that will do facilities and of course the parking lot and the road work for the Visitor Center, but it doesn't include the fixtures, furniture, and equipment for the inside. So we're beginning to reserve money so when the Visitor Center is built, we have the funds to finish it. So that's what that money is earmarked for. Parks and Rec capital outlay, we're adding an additional $50,000 in Parks and Rec. In the event that things get moving this year and we do need our first vehicle for the Park and Rec, that $50,000 is put in Parks and Rec for a potential vehicle purchase. Arena and Conference Center, we're adding $75,000 to that budget for arena maintenance, and then $18,300 for the paving and striping in the lower lot. We got such a good deal on the paving and the striping that we actually had it done when they were in the area doing a bunch of other stuff, so that job is completed. We paid for it out of the street department. Now we're going to move it appropriately to the Arena and Conference Center where it belongs. The Brown Oaks contractual, we're carrying forward $35,000, and that's unspent building maintenance from last fiscal year. The projects are still planned. The work is still planned to happen. They just didn't get it completed last fiscal year, so we carry forward the $35,000. And then in contingencies, which is money that cannot be spent unless it's approved by this body, we're setting in contingencies $500,000. So you'll see that brings the grand total to $1,728,097 when you deduct the 9,741 that we didn't carry forward in confiscated property, it all balances out that the final carry forward is $3,100,927. I'll entertain a motion and mark that motion includes all of this except for the previous approved WVU contribution.
So moved.
Okay, we've got a first and a second. Council, any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion so carries. Okay, recorder's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to report that a week from tonight, Monday the 29th at 6 o'clock, we will have our next planning and zoning meeting.
Okay, so that is actually Monday, is that the 29th
29th.
at 6 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
Right here.
And we have a full agenda, so
Okay,
it'll be
good
a
deal.
full hour.
Okay, good deal. Okay, anything else?
That'll be all.
Okay, good deal. Okay, Mayor's report. Council, this Friday at 12 noon, I do apologize. I intended to tell you this last meeting and I forgot. This Friday at 12 noon is the annual city picnic. I always try to put two words together. Maybe I could write a new language. This Friday at Veterans Memorial Park, and I want to make it real clear to the community, this is a city employee picnic. Council, you're certainly invited. We hope to see you there. I apologize not giving you any more notice than tonight, but it's at 12 noon, and we'll have eats and games and fun for the employees. And City of Summersville will close at 12 noon Friday the 26th, which is this Friday. All employees will be attending the annual City of Summersville picnic, City of Summersville employee picnic. The other thing I'd like to talk about or tell you about, Council, is the Summersville Arena and Conference Center is hosting a Halloween party. I always try to promote what the Conference Center is doing because actually the Conference Center is ours. And Mary Ann Taylor, who is dual-hatted, the executive assistant to the mayor and the executive director of the Conference Center, her and her crew have put together a wonderful adult party. Mary Ann, do you have to be 21 to get in?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have to be. I was just curious because I've been putting this on the radio too, and I didn't know whether to say you got to be 21.
Yeah.
Are you going to do bands? You would have to if you let anybody in not 21.
Yeah, we have them.
Okay, so you're going to do bands. Okay, so adults can come, meaning yeah, but it is an adult party. Beverages will be served, alcoholic beverages. But anyway, it's a haunting affair. It's going to be on October 24th. It runs from 6 to 11 p.m. This is a Halloween party for adults. It comes with dinner and an appetizer. They've got a haunted carnival, which is games and prizes. They are going to have axe throwing and a mechanical bull. A costume contest, and costumes are not required. And then they're going to have a DJ and dancing and more. So if you're looking to have a good time and put on a costume and act goofy, this would be your gig. October 24th at the Summersville Arena and Conference Center. Come to a haunting affair hosted by the Conference Center. Tickets are available now. You can buy them at the Conference Center, and it's $50 a person. That dinner does include one drink, and after that there will be a cash bar. The Homeless Commission is having another resource fair. What awesome work the Homeless Commission continues to do. Their resource fair is going to be Thursday, October 16th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Summersville Baptist Church Family Life Center. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire group, the many partners, the many individuals, and of course it's chaired by none other than my executive assistant, Mary Ann Taylor, and Councilman Jim Epling. They co-chair it. And this group has done wonderful work to help up our homeless community. So we say if you know someone, tell someone. They're going to have hot meals, healthcare, haircuts, recovery services, veteran services, hygiene bags, clothing, food bags, laundry supplies, and much, much more. Again, one of the many partners of the Resource Fair and the Homeless Commission is MTA, and the MTA route will be set up again where you can be picked up all over the county if you're homeless and get a free ride to this Resource Fair. I would encourage you that if you have any questions or you know somebody and you want to get more details for them, call City Hall 872-1211, extension 122. You'll get Mary Ann. If she's not there, leave her a message, and she'll be able to supply you any additional information you need, especially if you're wanting information on the MTA route and ride system. The next thing I'd like to do is let you know, council, that you've been invited to the Nicholas County Adult and Family Treatment Court Rebuilding Hope. It's Adult and Family Treatment Court graduation. It's going to take place on Wednesday, October 8th, 2025 at the Nicholas County Circuit Court courtroom. Again, I give many kudos to Judge Callahan and his team who have done great work with this Adult and Family Treatment Court program. And it's all about rehabbing families, rehabbing individuals, and putting families back together. What a great thing here in Nicholas County.
Time was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 12:30. 12:30. Okay, last council, I'd just like to give you a quick update on the recreational complex. We are on track. I got confirmation from the engineer last week. They are finishing construction document, the package, so we can put the whole thing out for bid. The first advertisement is going to be September 25th. The second advertisement is going to be October 2nd. The pre-bid is set for October 3rd. And the bid opening is going to be October 28th. I'm beginning now to put in place the processes so that right behind that we can get the bid bonds out for bid and still get this deal sealed in 2025. So as of right now, those dates, it was confirmed to me last week that we're on schedule for those dates. So I'm excited to see the advertisement go out, the pre-bid meeting, which is going to be right here in Chambers, Council Chambers, October 3rd, with the bid opening. Did I say
I
something?
think it's October 7th, isn't it?
My thing says October 3rd.
Remember he sent you a...
Okay, so those dates, we'll update them.
He sent-
Is it the 7th, the bid opening?
Yeah, but I think he said...
Okay.
You know about...
Mary Ann's never wrong, but I'm still, what I'm going to say is we'll update it
Update.
because I just confirmed these dates last week and he very well could have put two things out. We'll just have to find out if it's the 7th or the 3rd. But the important thing is that everybody knows it's going out for advertisement, and read the advertisement because it'll be correct on the pre-bid meeting. And by the way, all of our projects, the pre-bid meeting is not a requirement. You can reach out directly to our engineer, Thrasher Engineering, and get the pre-bid packet. You do not have to attend the pre-bid meeting to be able to bid. Okay, so that's exciting news. We hopefully can get all of the bid awarded and the project financed by the end of this calendar year. That concludes the mayor's report. Any council reports? Okay. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Got a first and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Council, thank you very much. Robin, thank you.